Hello, and where are we? Oh no, we're not here. You guys can hear us. Hello, and welcome everyone while I get the video sorted. Hope everyone's doing okay. Hey, there we are. Hope everyone's doing all right tonight. As always, this is the Invisible Jones. Yes, sir. This is SharpSHOOTers. This is Thursday night. Special late start time tonight. Thank you all for joining us anyway. Both not feeling too good, so we're going to do a nice little mini episode tonight, but still want to give you guys some content. Before we get into it, let's pay our bills. If you haven't already, please follow Keverlast's. What do you do? Follow what Keverlast did and subscribe to us, please. We have 6 out of 30. We want to try to get to 30 out of 30, so that'd help us out. If you have Amazon Prime, it is free for you. Gives us some money. So just go on your Amazon Prime, go to Amazon Games, and you can do it through there for free. Also, thank you to Accept the Win for being the official band of the podcast. You hear them before, during, and after the show. So go on to their YouTube, check out their music videos, really fun stuff. How you doing tonight, Juice?
I'm doing great, Danny. No, I'm kidding. I'm doing all right.
Imagine. That'd be wild.
I really wanted to be on tonight. I put up powering through. No, I'm doing okay. Yeah, yesterday was worse, but I'm feeling a little bit better today, but still not 100%.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, we're not gonna do trivia. We're not gonna do the card packs this week. We'll be back next week, assumedly at 100%, both of us. So tonight we'll just do 10 on 10 and our Be Kind Rewind segment where we kind of recap a little bit of Forbidden Door theme around it, where we looked up a unique set of matches, but we'll get to that a little bit.
I really enjoyed, just spoiler, I really enjoyed both matches, actually. So it's going to be fun to talk about.
Well, that makes one of us.
Oh, I know what you're going to talk about, and that's fine. I'm going to tell you why I did like it, and we'll talk about that. All right, moving on. So we're going to start with, like I said, we're skipping trivia tonight. We're just going to go right into 10 and 10, also known as the Tit for Killer Tomato, if he ever comes on. Let me get that pulled up first. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. And honestly, this week, I mean, we always go a little bit over, but since we're on a short stream, we'll put the timer on. But I'm not rushing through this.
I
gotta take my time.
We usually take our time anyway, but we got some stuff to talk about, so I don't mind taking our time tonight. All right. Starting the timer, and let's start off with the tag team title scene in AEW with FTR and Cope and Cage. What do you want to start off with?
Yeah, so it got escalated. It went from a New York street fight to an I Quit match. So they're calling it a New York street fight I Quit match. It's
so
just
stupid. Just call it a quit match.
It's the same stipulation. It's an I Quit match. And obviously the stipulation is intact where if they lose, they retire as a tag team, which I guess some people were confused about. But I thought it was pretty straightforward.
Very
that
straightforward.
They could just never tag team again. But I don't know. Some people
they don't both individually retire.
Yeah, some people didn't understand it. Either way, I liked the match on Dynamite. It was nice to see Cope and Cage wrestle on Dynamite rather than just like very sparingly against FTR only.
Yep, I was gonna say that was a treat for those people in attendance. That was last night was a good show to be at.
It was a fun show. Good crowd, hot crowd, fun show. I liked it. But yeah, I'm excited, and I still am not 100% on Cope and Cage winning.
So I was just gonna ask, does the I Quit stipulation change anything for you? Like, do you now think that there's a chance that they is it a better chance or a worse chance I Quit than Street Fight?
If anything, I would say better chance for Cope and Cage, but I'm still not 100% committed just because you never know.
No, I 100% agree. But I think with I Quit matches, that kind of leans more towards the baby faces sometimes. So we'll see how that happens. Also, I like the little reminder on AEW last night that the last time Cage was in an I Quit match didn't work out too well for him, so that was a fun little just throwback. I like that.
But he didn't quit.
Next up, we have Will Ospreay and the Death Riders.
So yeah, a lot happened here. First on Collision, we had the remnants of the kidnapping, quote unquote, where they sat down with Ospreay backstage. Pretty much, Moxley offered the services of the Death Riders to him to better himself and get to that next level to be who he wants to be. And then he didn't attack Moxley with the chair on Collision, but then on Dynamite, Ospreay shows up in the backstage area and seems to want to be joining up with the Death Riders and at least accepting their services and training with them to learn a little bit. Mox gave Pac the tickle poke of doom. Yes, he did. Pac was not ready for that. So I'm intrigued by this because I'm still curious if the payoff here is with Ospreay getting the belt at All In or along the way. I do think I don't know if this is like a Daniel Bryan like Wyatt family situation where he's kind of just like working with them to learn a little bit from them, get a little next level edge, or what's going to come from this. What do you think of all this? How you feel? I'm digging it. I'm okay with it so
I'm
far. But where
okay
you at?
with it. I'm not sure if I'm liking it yet. I like the storyline. It's a cool storyline, but like I don't want to see Osprey with the Death Riders. Like that's not where I want this storyline to end. I kind of want him to still be on his own. Like I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how
I'm
I feel
cool
about
with
that
it.
aspect of it, but I like the cool training stuff. Like that's one of those like reminds me of like kind of like Rocky and Apollo. Like you're training with your enemy, you're trying to learn, you're trying to get
Yeah.
better. So I like that aspect of it. I think that's gonna be really interesting. But it depends on what the payoff is. Like
Yeah,
most storylines, but
and
yeah,
I don't think we need like an explanation. I know some people are complaining about not understanding or whatever. Whatever, man. I'm cool with it so far. I mean,
respectfully, like
yeah.
I'm not trying to be a jerk. If you're not understanding it, like that's on you. It's a pretty simple thing where like not simple, but like it's one of those things where it's a respect factor. They've already went through battle. They already went through all this. Now it's like, oh, I need to get better, and the only way I can get better is by learning against like one of the guys I've battled so hard to the brink against. Blah, blah. Like again, I equate it to Rocky and Apollo. Like it's one of those things where like the only way I can get better is by training against with my enemy with my weaknesses to improve on them. I think it's kind of obvious, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah, no, it's something different, and that's all I'm good with. It's they're keeping us on our toes creatively, and that's all you can ask for, really.
And we'll talk
Um,
about it later, but I like how it also might lead into another storyline that was mentioned, and we'll talk about that when we get to the ops.
Next up, then we have Statlander and Sheeta challenging for the
That's such
women's
a
tag
weird
titles
match,
last
man.
night. It was a weird match. It wasn't bad, but it felt very messy. Not
Yeah,
sloppy, but messy, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Like they were all big and doing like the big moves, and it felt like everything was just very like I don't know. Just it wasn't a very well prepared match. I feel like.
I
And
think
I think Sheeta's still rusty too. Like, it's only her third or fourth match back after like a year and a half.
I
So
agree. I think it's a mix of Sheeta being rusty and the storyline not being flushed out more. Like the Sheeta storyline kind of just started. I would have liked if they had maybe one or two more tag team matches before a title match to show like more of either their distrust or dysfunction. But they went like almost right into a title match once they got formed as a team. And like I think their stories that they don't trust each other and like they're not sure how they're going to work well together. But you didn't really see that last night. Like even with the tag and the suplex that Sheeta did on Stat last night, it wasn't like Stat gave her like a slight look, and that's what you need more of. Like, are you on my side? Are you not on my side? Like, are you a friend? Or are you a foe? Was that an attack on me, or were you actually doing a double team move? Like, we needed more stuff like that, and I don't think they did that enough.
the way I'm taking it right now is that Sheeta is a heel, but she's getting cheered because it's Sheeta. But
'Cause it's
she is
Sheeta.
being a heel,
And she's got the kendo stick.
and Stat is a babyface who's trying. Like they're basically both doing a tug of war thing where they're trying to make the other go the other way, or more Sheeta's trying to do that. Stat seems very uninterested in the whole thing.
Exactly.
And that's where I'm kind of like, what are we? Where's we going with Stat? Because like, obviously Harley wants Stat to help her, Willow misses her, and it just seems like Stat wants nothing to do with anything. So I don't really know what's up with Statlander. So we'll see. To be continued, but very odd.
Very
Next up,
interesting.
we have Tekla and Persephone. Um, it seems like that's the way that they're going next because they had Persephone in that match on Collision get misted by Julia Hart, get pinned by Sky Blue, which was amazing because everyone thinks Sky Blue's the one that's going to get pinned, and they actually had her get the pinfall. So I was really happy with that. Um, yeah, I think it's Tekla and Persephone. I don't think Persephone beats Tekla. That seems like it's the way to go next for Double or Nothing, at least. What do you think?
I agree. Persephone looks great. I really enjoy her in the ring. So like I think that's just going to be a good match to have. Especially because you want to give some of your, I guess for lack of a better term, AEW female talent, you need to give them a little more breathing space to like kind of figure out their storylines to see who the next challenger for Tekla is. So bringing Persephone, she still has some story because of her whole Mercedes Monet thing. So it's not like no one knows who she is. Great talent, good match that they're going to have. So I like this. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah. Excuse me. Caught me mid yawn.
Damn, I'm sorry. I'm
All
that
right.
boring, man.
Next up, let's talk about the ops. As we mentioned last
I
week,
really am enjoying this storyline too.
Joe Samoe is back. Um, and he is once again leading the ops.
Yes, sir.
And we got the reveal finally on Collision where Anthony Bowens is now a member of the ops. Now, what I found very interesting was that, if I recall, when Hook dropped his first promo and Joe was gone, Hook said Joe made him the leader and put him in charge of recruiting. Then, during the segment with Hook and Joe backstage, Hook told Joe he was recruiting. And Joe's reaction was like, "Oh, you've been recruiting, huh?" So I feel like Hook didn't talk with Joe, and that Hook kind of went into business for himself. And I think that's going to be the story. Could be wrong.
No, I totally agree. I think that's
yeah.
I think that's definitely the story, especially because like even with Bowens, Bowens coming up and saying, "Oh, where am I in? Am I not?" Hook saying that there's no empty spots, and then Joe being like, "Of course not, because you're in." So like even that kind of stuff, I really like that. I think that was really good. On Dynamite last night, even him talking about what everyone's doing, not even being like, "All right, like, oh, what do you think?" Like, Hooks, you're going to go after the title now. Bowens is going to be a new guy, and he's going to be like, he's hungry, and he's going to do this. I got my Shibata back. Yada. So like, and then the Ospreay call out, I really, really like, because that's so like, I'm glad someone on there is saying that. Like, hey, they just beat the shit out of you. We were the ones backing you up. If you really want to join someone, you should be with us because we're just as tough as they are, blah, 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 blah. So like, I like how this is all intertwining, and I'm really excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, and I'm curious if this is going to make them just baby faces again or heels or what else. So
well, you got to assume, I think they'll be baby faces when they kick Hook out. Because he's still the heel part, right?
See, that's the thing, man. I think they're all kicking Joe out. I think Joe's going baby. I think that's the better move.
Ooh, okay.
That's how I was. That's how I was thinking it.
But that's gonna be a thing where like, is Bowens gonna turn his back on the guy who brought him in instead of the guy who was playing dangling
Probably
on a hook?
Probably not. I think maybe they don't want to help Ospreay. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But again, I'm intrigued. I'm taking it.
Very intrigued.
Yeah, so next
such a
up
good
then,
show last night, man. I just keep seeing all this stuff. It's such a good show last night.
Next up, we got MJF and Kevin Knight kicking off the show for the TNT title. Amazing match. I think MJF and Kevin Knight have both been two standouts this year.
Great chemistry they both have, too. They really know how to work with each other.
Yeah, it was very good, very well done. Kevin Knight retained. I love how it's like the last few weeks, like, Darby and Knight, like everyone's figured out MJF. Like he ain't getting away with the ring anymore. It's not working for him.
Low blows either. That's not working. Like now he's getting the low blows back to him. Like it's great.
One note that I will make, it's probably because of like safety or whatever. I don't know. I would have had Darby descend from the ceiling with the belt. I don't know why he wasn't wearing it or holding it. Yeah, but not with the belt on. That's the only thing. Like, I would have just had the belt at least on him or in his hand. I don't know. That was the only thing because especially if this isn't a long reign, I figure a moment like that, you want the moment of him coming down, holding that belt, wearing that belt.
Yeah, but the belt's probably heavy, which is true. And God forbid that thing falls and like falls on a fan. That's a terrible lawsuit. But no, I get it. I think there's a way they can you should hook the belt onto the thing with him. And like he's kind of holding it, so it's still safety there. I don't know.
I'm nitpicking either way.
And
again, Darby brings up MJF putting something on the line. They don't tackle it yet because it looks like Darby is defending the belt next week yet again. And he's going to defend it every week. He's going to defend it against Kevin Knight now. And if I was a betting man, I think next week after that he's going to face Andrade.
Yeah, I do too.
So I'm totally fine with it, and I still think they're going to do what I said. I think Darby's going to make MJF do the Adam Page thing, and I think Darby's going to beat MJF.
I'm nervous that it's going to be something more drastic that's going to make it, like, definitely an MJF win, which I don't want. I want Darby to beat him, but, like, depending on what the stipulation is, it might I don't know. It might give it away.
So I think Darby beats MJF, MJF loses his shot at the belt, and then they do something where MJF and Page are again intertwined. And the only way, I think they're gonna do something with that. I think it's gonna come into play. So that's my current theory, but we'll move on from now. For now,
Jay DeFalco, I do agree with you. Darby standing from the ceiling. The cameraman director didn't know whether to have it be seen by TV or make it a surprise, and the shot was awkward middle ground to me. I do agree with that. I almost didn't realize he was ascending at first. just because like the camera didn't like I wish the camera caught it right from the beginning. That would have been dope. But yeah,
Also, I mean, to be fair, they probably are doing that on purpose because the last thing they want to do is show live on the air him falling and it not going well. So that might
I
be part of the
guess.
decision as well. Might be. I don't know.
Pussies. All right, next
I'm
up.
just saying. Next up, Swerve returning seemingly, going after Bandito.
Yo, that was a great vignette. I didn't know where it was going. Obviously, just like a lot of people, I probably thought it was Bandito and like just gonna show his return. And the fact that it was Swerve was great. That's gonna be a cool rivalry. Like little.
So here's the thing I'm intrigued about though, is because this is why Ring of Honor is so frustrating. Bandito still Ring of Honor champion, so you assume Swerve versus Bandito for the Ring of Honor title. Now, you would think Double or Nothing, cool. But a week before Double or Nothing is Supercard of Honor, Ring of Honor's pay-per-view, and they're already. So then you think, okay, Swerve versus Bandito at Supercard of Honor, but they're already doing Bandito versus Blake Christian.
Yeah, because that's for ROH, and then he's gonna beat him, and then face, or they'll promote like the winner faces Swerve at Double or Nothing.
It maybe, but it's just so like why should I care about Swerve and Blake Christian now for the Ring of Honor title? There's no chance.
You mean Bandito? Oh, sorry, Blake Christian.
Sorry, yeah, Bandito and Blake Christian.
Yeah.
Yes, either way, my point stands. So
No, I totally agree with you.
I don't know.
Foolish.
I mean, obviously, ideally, yes, Swerve Bandito ROH title at Double or Nothing, or Swerve beats him. Let's go. Let's do it. Title changes. We need them.
Yeah.
But again, not in Ring of Honor, but whatever. All right. Next up, then, lastly, Jericho and Ricochet. Yeah, my only thing is I don't know. I was thinking about it. Like, do they just run back Jericho Ricochet again at Double or Nothing? Like, what's gonna be
Different.
What's the payoff here? Because I don't know what does Jericho just keep doing a tag team? I don't know what we do. So what are you thinking? I'm clueless.
No, I was gonna ask you the same thing. I don't know where they go because the only thing that would make sense then is Jericho versus Ricochet and Jericho goes over. But then wouldn't that continue the feud and wouldn't you need to do a rubber match because they're 1-1? Like,
yeah, I mean, I guess the t-shirts filling the bill right now where he gets his ass beat every week by them. So I mean,
how long you want to keep that up for?
Yeah, I'm intrigued, but let's talk again in a month, I guess.
Yeah.
Right,
we also didn't talk about it really quick just because we don't care about going over time, obviously. I am also excited for the stipulation where it's either going to be a tag team title match for Conglomeration or a trios title match with FTR and Tommaso Ciampa. Either way, it's going to be a great match, and I'm really excited to see what the outcome is going to be.
It'll be trios. That's the more exciting
I think so too, yeah.
That's 100%. The more exciting option to do. All right, so Rob Parker. I'm going to let you take the wheel on this one because
Rob Parker's a little bitch, and I don't know where he came from, and I don't know what his issue is, but I don't know if you've seen it. He's been all over the internet lately, just like talking shit on wrestling fans after WrestleMania because it's all now that it's on ESPN. Like I guess it's like showing a light zone, and he's just talking about how like he doesn't understand how wrestling fans are like still buying this and how they're adult wrestling fans or how people will pay money for belts. And I feel personally attacked, obviously, but yeah, I don't know where the hell it came from. He was on with Mark Henry recently. I think LaGreca also like shot back at him and told him to pretty much like shut the fuck up. So I'm not sure where it came from. I don't know if it's just like a little tactic to get more views. It's working if it is. But yeah, I just want to see what your thoughts were if you heard about it before today, which I don't think you did.
So I didn't. So I literally had to look up this guy's name right now. He's a sports journalist. He is a columnist. He's currently a member of First Take, which tells you everything you need to know there. Honestly, whatever, man. It's just such an old, dated mindset like to have. Like,
it's weird.
I don't even care. Like, let him have it. Let him talk his shit. The only thing you could say that he was right about is the whole like having the wrestling title belts. Like,
how dare you?
Collecting them is one thing, but bringing them to a show.
Yeah, no. If you don't buy it at the show. Bringing it to the show to not get signed or anything just to show off is kind of unnecessary.
I don't hate on people that collect them or own them. I have one myself, only one. But still, I don't hate on that. But if you're actively taking it with you, like to bring it to a show, yeah, that's lame.
Yeah,
but whatever. Everything else he said, all the wrestling crap, you can shut up. Whatever, man. Like, I have no time for that.
All right, last up for the tip.
Yeah, the big one. This all happened last Friday. Yet another Black Friday for WWE. After an quarterly earnings call, they released 24 talents.
That's
I'm
crazy.
going to read them off very quickly. Alba Fire, Aleister Black, Alex Shelley, Andre Chase, Apollo Cruz, Bo Dallas, Chris Island, Chris Sabin, Dante Chen, Dexter Loomis, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, Kyrie Sane, Luca Crucifino, Malik Blade, Nikki Cross, Santos Escobar, Serena Linton, Trill London, Tyra May Steele, Tyreek Igwe, Tyson DuPont, Zelina Vega, and Zoe Stark. All gone. WWE.
So one
After
of the
this Black
funny things
Friday.
right away is Tyra May Steele, after they made this all LFG big whoop-de-doo about it, and she's like your first winner, and she gets released already, is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and I saw they
Scumbags.
rebranded the whole show. It's no longer a competition series,
Yeah,
so
which
clearly
I
they
don't.
just gave up on the
So
concept.
it's just going to be a reality TV show. Great. Like, I don't need it, but whatever.
Yeah, lame.
Of all those people,
Yeah.
I'm very surprised with Kyrie saying we talked about it, and I'm very surprised with Motor City Machine Guns. And I know they haven't been using them as much lately, but like you signed them, they were a big deal. You gave them the titles right away. They had the huge feud leading up to WrestleMania last year that you blew, whatever. But then like ever since that feud, they barely used them. Now they're gone. To keep them away from AEW for a year, like that, I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. And Kyrie Sane's crazy. I don't understand how. Like you, that's another one where like you were building up this feud. Kyrie was either gonna turn on Asuka or they were gonna have a blow off with Io, and now she's gone. And now you have at Raw, because like so many fans are pissed off, chanting Kyrie Sane's name during their segments because you fucked up, and it doesn't make sense.
You know what? No, we don't want Kyrie. Like, stop chanting. Like, it didn't work for R-Truth. Like, you want these people to come back for what? They fired them. They don't
Yeah.
care about them. They bring them back for what? A week 2 pop, and then they go back to doing nothing.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah,
Truth's the champ.
our
You
Truth
can't
came back
out.
last year
Like-
for what 2 weeks to face Cena, got beat by Cena, faded into the background, and then around WrestleMania time, because they didn't have tag teams, they put them together with Damian Priest for a tag team title run.
And then
Great.
they didn't even fight on WrestleMania.
Nope.
So, like, whatever, man. Honestly, the only name on this list that legit surprised me was Kyrie.
Yeah.
Everybody else did not surprise me for getting let go.
Yeah.
Because they haven't been used. They weren't doing anything with them. And honestly, a good amount of these people, like, I don't even know if they can still go or do what they can do. Like, the only people I'd really want, like, if they could still go, I'd love to see Apollo Crews in AEW. Joe Gacy, I think, has got something.
Yeah, he's a good talent.
Kyrie and the Guns, yes, of course. Santos, when he gets better, I'd like to see Santos, see what he can do.
See,
He'll
I
probably
don't
go
know. I don't know if
CMLL.
we need Santos because they already got Andrade. They're kind of like the same thing. I don't know.
That's bad. Shame on you. He can definitely go. I think he'd be more likely to go CMLL and do the dual contract thing. I don't think he'll go.
That's
AEW.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Besides that, I mean, like Zoe Stark, I don't think maybe like give her a Ring of Honor thing. Zelina and Alistair, I don't want to see at all. I don't want them there.
Yeah,
no, thank you.
Especially not Zelina, but
Um,
Alistair just his mystique's worn off, and it sucks. Like we were both real hyped on him in NXT Black and Gold run. He was great, and then ever since then, just fell off a cliff. It was crazy.
And then the only name left that I really didn't mention is Nikki Cross. I definitely, as long as she could still go and wants to do it, which it looks like she does, because she already trademarked her old name again. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's right. We had to see
see.
Ron Killings cut his hair for nothing, and then he wasn't even Ron Killings after that. He went back to our truth.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Let's get rid of this. I'm gonna actually
is-
leave this up because I'm gonna
That
pull
was
up some
the 20 and 10, or the 10 and 20.
the tip.
It works either way.
All right. So
All right. So while he's getting that going, this next segment that we have is the Be Kind Rewind,
yes, sir.
where Danny and I recommend matches to each other that we want each other to watch. Either we haven't seen them before, or it's a matter of we want to rewatch them. There's a reason. It's really good. It's really bad. Maybe we haven't even seen it before. So this week we took a different approach. We both did matches that neither of us have seen before. We went for a little bit of like a Forbidden Door-esque things, matches that were like that have happened on the independents
Yeah.
that we have never seen, that we never even thought happened.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure which one we're doing first.
We'll start with the bad, and then we'll go to the good.
Okay, I love that you know immediately which one is considered the bad, even
Yeah.
though you like them both.
For sure. I know which
So
one
the
you
first
consider
one,
the bad.
first one we have is from August 2016. This is Will Ospreay versus Vader from Rev Pro. So
How'd you hate this match?
I'll let you start. Why did you suggest this match? What made you want to suggest it? And have you seen it before?
I've never seen it before. I was looking up after you gave me your match. I was just trying to look for matches that like I never thought happened or I never would have thought of. And Vader versus Will Ospreay is a match I never would have thought of seeing. At this point, Vader's well past his prime. So this is what 2016. Yeah, so well past his prime.
Yeah, he passed away 2 years after this. So
yeah,
he was towards the end.
Crazy. That makes sense. So, and Will Ospreay looks like a baby. Like Will Ospreay looks like he's just getting started in the wrestling business, even though I'm sure he's been around for a while at this point. But yeah, it was just a match that just caught my eye, and I was like, all right, let's watch this, and we watched it. And how did you feel when you watched it?
So a little backstory first for both you and chat. If you have not seen this match, excuse me, I would try and find it on Daily. Excuse me, that's some burps on Daily Motion or somewhere else. I would not try YouTube. Unfortunately, the link that Danny gave me had somebody else watching it over it, and I couldn't really hear the crowd that well. It was more about him talking.
Yeah, that was the best like video one I found. So I figured just get that into you. The guy wasn't too annoying with his talking either, so I was like, all right, at least like he's not pausing
it was
and
fine.
shit.
I'm just saying, if you want to look this up, I would go on Daily Motion. You probably have a better chance of finding a better video quality there.
That's fair.
But yeah, so some context for this match. The reason this came to be, this was in response to the classic Will Ospreay Ricochet match over in New Japan a few months prior, where Vader was in an interview and pretty much, or not an interview, I think he just tweeted. He pretty much hated the match. He thought that the Ospreay Ricochet match was all flippy bullshit. It was not what wrestling was. Will Ospreay replied on Twitter saying, "All right, then step up, come out, you and me fight. Let's you and me go at it." And from there, the match was born and happened. Listen, man, all due respect to Vader, this match should not have happened. This was pure spectacle.
Yes.
The crowd loved it.
Yes.
They ate it up. Was I entertained? Sure. This was not a good match.
So and that's all my point is that I was entertained. It wasn't a great match by any means, but watching Ospreay sell the way he had to sell for Vader, watching Vader just know how to play the crowd with it and just eat up the crowd.
Like crazy.
I think it was cool in that sense. Ospreay literally had to have a man stand in one spot, put his arm out, and then do a flip over clothesline to himself. It was awesome to watch him do that kind of stuff. I think.
And that's the thing, though. Halfway in, I'm like, okay, this is giving me HBK Hogan vibes from SummerSlam, where HBK was bumping like a madman because Hogan. Well, that was a different reason.
I was gonna say, yeah. HBK was overselling, where
and then
Ospreay
I was
just
thinking,
bumping like crazy.
you don't even need Vader in there. You could just put a mannequin in the middle of the ring, and Ospreay would do his same moves.
I agree.
The crowd would go. But listen, I get he's at his older age, and he shouldn't have been in there. And at one point, I was thinking of Brett versus Vince at Mania, where Brett didn't even take a back bump. Like every Vader bump, if you watch this match, every Vader bump, he gets hit, goes into a squat,
and goes to like the side,
rolls on his side. He doesn't take one back bump.
Nope. There was at one point where Ospreay was coming down the ramp and went to go flip. I don't even think he hit Vader. I think he hit all the security guards, almost went into the ring, and Vader just kind of like fell off to the side there.
Oh man. And then at the end,
this was a good match.
At the end, even crazier, Pete Dunne shows up after the ref bump.
I didn't expect that at all.
Of all people, Pete Dunne comes out, goes after Ospreay. Ricochet comes out to make the save, and then I was like, all right, this is cool because then I got Ospreay and Ricochet sticking it to Vader, getting their comeuppance. And then Vader kicks out, and then Vader just chokeslams Ospreay twice and beats him. And I was like, that bullshit.
I couldn't
Like,
believe Vader won. I was shocked.
Vader
won.
really
Yeah.
that had to be some politics, man. Vader must have been like, I ain't doing this unless I'm winning or something.
It's twofold. I think it's one of those things where Osprey's real young, so they just wanted to get him on there, and Vader's the legend, and that's what people are paying to come see. And I think, did they try to continue the feud after this? Because that might have been another reason. Maybe they were continuing the feud, so technically, like Vader would need
Probably
to win.
Not, because at that point the story was all done in Osprey. So I guess they were using it to drive the story, but I don't know, man. Whatever. That stunk. I regretted watching that.
I didn't regret watching that. I thought it was at least entertaining in some parts. But that's all right. All right. So that was that match. Again, try to find on Daily Motion. The YouTube one isn't terrible, but if you're trying to hear the crowd or the commentators, it's not going to be that easy.
And quick heads up, if you do find the video that we watch on YouTube, don't fear. It is not 35 minutes long. It's like a 10 to 15-minute match with a ton of filler on the video.
Yeah, I think the first 10 minutes was him just waiting to go live or whatever. What's also funny...
Even the last 10, 15 minutes was just him cutting a promo. So.
Oh, I turned it off. That I didn't realize that.
Well, I did too.
What's also funny, I didn't realize this. I didn't realize this until they did it. But I thought the match started when Will Ospreay turned his, at the beginning when they were both in the ring and Will Ospreay turned his back. I did too. I thought the match had already started. So when all this shit was happening, I was like, oh man, no countouts, I guess. Not because it's Vader, no big deal. And then at one point he goes to the ring and they ring the bell. I was like, oh, okay. We're 10 minutes into it, and now the match is starting. All right, cool.
I thought the same damn thing. All right, next up is my recommendation to Danny, what kind of spawned us doing this segment this week.
Yes, sir.
It is Darby Allin versus Rey Mysterio.
Why are these all the pictures Google has?
Versus Christian Casanova, also known as Carmelo Hayes. I heard this was a match that happened. I was like, holy shit, okay, I need to check this out. Even if it's not a 5-star classic, I need to see just, again, 3 people that you're probably never, ever going to see wrestle in a ring again.
Yeah.
Fight. I believe this was in Brooklyn at a baseball stadium that they fought. It was a show back in August 2018. So it's before the birth of AEW. I believe this is right around when the first All In happened.
Which would make sense because that's when Ray was a free agent before he went back to WWE.
I was going to say, not the official AEW All In, but the one that I don't know. Either way, I think this is that one or before that one. So I'll let you, do you want to go first or want me to go first since this was my recommendation?
I'll go first because I don't know, I think you just described stuff better, so it's fine if you finish it.
Sure.
But no, I really enjoyed this. First off, Carmelo Hayes not being Carmelo Hayes was very confusing to me. I do like the name Casanova, though. I wish he went back to it.
Pause real quick. I do see here on the graphic now, this was in Connecticut, not Brooklyn. My apologies. Continue.
Oh yeah, there you go. So I thought that was good. I thought he was playing a real good heel role. Very obvious that he was a heel right from the beginning, rolling out of the ring, Rey Mysterio. And then Darby was kind of playing the nice tweener where he just didn't care who he was kind of fighting as long as he was hitting someone, just pretty much what he does now. He just looked, again, just like Ospreay before, just like a baby. He was just even scrawnier than he is now, which is crazy to imagine. So, smaller than he is now. I think the shorts were, smaller, so it looked a little weird at first. They're not a little, now they're a little longer. So that was very interesting. Carmelo Hayes kind of looked the same to me, which is a compliment to how he looks now because he looks fucking young as shit now. But
I think he was very skinny. He looked very He's definitely more bulked up now.
Facially, I feel like he looked exactly the same. But I think everyone had a great match and they gave everyone good moments and time to do it. High flying like we knew it was going to be, but they also did a lot of technical stuff throughout, which was interesting to me. I like how it's always with Ray, of course, but I think it was Ray and Darby, how they went through the almost lucha reversal, little routine, which I always find enjoyable. The Tree of Woe was always a fun little thing. It was weird seeing Rey Mysterio do a powerbomb and it not looking strange. Everyone was so his size, so him doing a powerbomb was totally acceptable and totally normal. So that was really strange to watch also. And then him getting the win at the end, I doesn't surprise me because it's Ray, and this is out of WWE, and he was still pretty hot. But
Yeah.
again, like not the young up and comers getting the win, the vet that they're bringing in as the attraction getting the win. So that was interesting.
Yeah, in this case, I think it worked because at this point, Ray wasn't really on WWE radar or AEW. He was just like, he was Ray.
Yeah.
So I think, this is one of those instances where you kind of bring him in and you already know he's going to win. Yeah, I dug it. Honestly, what this reminded me of more than anything, if I had to compare it to something, was a few months ago when Claudio, Ciampa, and Strong had that like three-way on Collision where it just felt like it was a sprint where like for like 10, 15 minutes, they went nuts. This is what it felt like here. Just these three guys were just like, all right, you got 10 minutes, get out there, tear it up. And they did. So nothing finicky, nothing fishy, nothing overbooked. It was just a solid match. So this one, again, is on YouTube. I would recommend checking it out. Again, 10-minute match, nothing long. You can see the evolution, especially with Carmelo and Darby, because Ray's Ray at this point.
Yeah, Ray was doing it.
You
Ray
could
was doing
see
his normal
how
stuff.
you can see how Carmelo and Darby have gotten better with their look and their presentation and the way they hit their moves. I thought it was crazy when Darby and Ray were going head to head, how Darby was bigger than Ray. Like, you don't think of that with like sizes, how like Darby's so small in AEW, but like Ray's even smaller. So that was pretty nuts.
And but that's also good to see, to remind some people, because like everyone who's hating now that like how do you put the title on Darby's blah blah blah, he's so tiny. that's what wrestling is. There's been a lot of tiny guys who need the belt. That's the underdog story. Like it's very simple. Like everyone who likes Ray, and if you don't like the Darby, then I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, like you said, Carmelo tried to steal it. We got some 619s. He hits Carmelo with it, and he beats Carmelo and Darby. Ray wins. So solid match. It's cool to see.
No, I really enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with us tonight. Sorry it was a shorter show, but necessary for us. Next week we'll be back, hopefully in full force. We'll have some segments to watch, and we'll have a good time. So, yeah. Peace out, everyone. Have a great night.
A-Town down.